Welcome to Shujin Academy VGM Club. I'm Professor Tom, your faculty sponsor. Today's opening track is track 14 from Super Black Bass 3 for the Super Famicom, composed by Michiya Hirasawa and Tsukushi Sasaki. It sounds peppy and smart, like just listening to it helps put you at the top of your mental game. And that's what today's show is all about. Music that sounds intelligent and interesting, the kind of songs that make you feel brighter just by listening to them. To start off our first block, we've got Spilt Milk from Boomerang Fu, a multi-platform game starring anthropomorphized food fighting with boomerangs. It's a blast to play, and this game's excellent soundtrack comes from composer Paul Kopetko, with help from Zorsy and Maryske on this particular track. Fellow VGM podcast Bar Silence did a whole episode about it for one of their Patreon episodes, so seek that out if you like this and you want to hear more. Second up, it'll be During the Test from Persona 3 for the PS2, composed by Shoji Meguro. This is a song that plays while you take tests in school, because in the Persona games, your high school-age protagonist actually goes to high school, and you get to play that out in a way that's much more fun than actual high school. For our third track, it's Out of Orbit from multi-platform cyberpunk bartending visual novel Valhalla. Composer Michael Kelly turned in a soundtrack that's a perennial favorite here at Shujin Academy VGM Club, and the rest of the game is just as good. Finally in the block, it'll be Enigmatology, Background Theme 8 from Planet Puzzle League for the DS, composed by Masanobu Matsunaga. This is an excellent soundtrack for Puzzle League, or really anything else where you want fun upbeat techno. I've featured it before, and I'll probably feature it again. Now, to raise your IQ by listening to VGM.
Enjoy!
Those songs were Spilt Milk from Boomerang Fu, During the Test from Persona 3, Out of Orbit from Valhalla, and Enigmatology from Planet Puzzle League. To start off our second segment of songs, we'll hear Staff Roll from Redline F1 Racer for the SNES, composed by Funky KH himself Katsuhiro Hayashi. Although Hayashi is best known for his work on SEGA games, this game was actually developed by a company named Genki, composed of ex-SEGA employees. Next up, it'll be the memorably named BGM-18 from Last Bible 2 for the Game Boy Color, composed by Iwao Mitsunaga and Hiroyuki Yanada. I've played multiple songs from Last Bible 3 before, but this is the first appearance from its predecessor on the show. For the third song, it'll be Feldschlacht 1 from SaGa Frontier 2 for the PlayStation, composed by Masashi Hamauzu. Feldschlacht translates from German to English as field battle, and so I'm assuming this is a battle theme. I honestly don't know, because I've never played any of the SaGa games, although I have played through their spiritual ancestor, Final Fantasy II. The fourth song in the block is Life Goes On from multiplatform title Persona 5, composed by Shoji Meguro. I'm contractually required to play Persona tracks on every episode of the show, and I'm happy to report that this peppy little number helped me meet my quota. Finally, we'll hear Search, opening 2002, from Phoenix Wright Justice for All. I played some Marvel vs. Capcom 3 recently with my son, and Phoenix Wright was one of the characters that got used, and he's not very good in Marvel 3. But Phoenix Wright is really good in his own games, and they've got good soundtracks, as you're about to hear. Listen now and grow smarter. Those songs were Staff Roll from Redline F1 Racer, BGM 18 from Last Bible 2, Feldschlacht 1 from SaGa Frontier 2, Life Goes On from Persona 5, and Search Opening 2002 from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. And now for a word from our sponsor. Are you too smart for your own good? Is life hard because you're too intelligent? Do you want to be dumber so you can get people to stop relying on you to make good decisions? Use Beta Brain, the exciting new supplement that lowers your intelligence with every pill. Each dose of Beta Brain contains special chemicals guaranteed to make you worse at thinking. Just go to betabrainsupplement.com and use code ProfTom at checkout for 0% off. And now, back to the show. For music segment Roman numeral III, we'll start things off with BGM02 from Side Pocket for the Game Boy. I like this soundtrack a lot. It doesn't have the same pool hall jazz sound as some of the other ports of Side Pocket, but it is a lot of fun. See if you agree. Song 2 in the block is Book 2, Train, from Famicom JRPG Esper Dream 2. The internet tells me that this is from the game's Train World. I honestly haven't played Esper Dream 2, but its soundtrack is full of bangers. Speaking of games I haven't played with soundtracks full of bangers, our third song is from SNES fighting game Doomsday Warrior, and it's called Liquid Creature LC38X. This game is called Taiketsu Brass Numbers in Japan, and I honestly have no idea what a brass number would be. Maybe it's a special type of theoretical prime number that can't be divided evenly by 1. This track was composed by a mysterious individual known to history only as Junta. Way back in episode 2, I played almost all of the soundtrack for the arcade version of Galaxy Force 2, the classic SEGA space shooter composed by Katsuhiro Hayashi and Koichi Namaki. But there was a track I didn't play. It's called Alone Fighter Scene D Level 4, and I'm going to play it right here on this very episode as the 4th song of the block. And to finish out the block, it'll be Escape from Street Fighter III Second Impact for the arcade, composed by Hideki Okugawa. I like the Second Impact soundtrack almost as much as I like the Street Fighter III Third Strike soundtrack, and I'm always glad to give the middle child of the Street Fighter III games some exposure. Now, listen and learn. Those songs were BGM02 from Side Pocket, Book 2, Train from Esper Dream 2, Liquid Creature LC38X from Doomsday Warrior, Alone Fighter Scene D Level 4 from Galaxy Force 2, and Escape from Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. And that's the show. If you want to reach me, you can find me on Threads, Tumblr, or Instagram as Shujin Academy VGM Club. I'm also on Mastodon at Shujin Academy VGM Club at mastodon.coffee. My username on Discord is Professor Tom, and I've joined Blue Sky as shujinacademy.bsky.social. All episodes of the show are posted on my YouTube channel, which you can find by searching for Shujin Academy VGM Club. You can email me at shujinacademyvgmclub@gmail.com. Links to everything are available on my linktree at linktr.ee/shujinacademy. Please leave me a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're finding this episode. New episodes are released once or twice a month, depending on how often I get them done, and they premiere on Thursday mornings on your favorite podcatcher and on 8beats.co, the internet's #1 game music radio station. I'm also now appearing on TerraPlayer, the new app that's a destination for gaming podcasts and other content, so you can check me out there. In the event that you're listening on Spotify, please be aware they've pulled a few of my episodes before, so I'd strongly suggest you subscribe elsewhere to be sure you can get every single show. Special thanks for this episode goes out to fellow VGM podcaster Jameson of Bar Silence Podcast for contributing cover art. You can and should find Bar Silence wherever you download podcasts, and check out his website at barsilence.com. Finally, thanks go out to our sponsor Longtones, an experimental electronic jazz music project. Check them out on Spotify or find their SoundCloud page in the show notes. I've got one more song to play us out, and it's Managerial Menu from the Super Nintendo version of Super Baseball 2020, a game featuring robots and power-armored humans playing baseball that sadly has no relation to actual baseball played in the year 2020. Thank you for listening. I'm Professor Tom, and I'll see you next time on Shujin Academy VGM Club.